There are some things you should definitely not do with your stimulus check. Welcome to another edition of Ask Dave, and we've had a lot of questions about what to do with your stimulus check, and here are some areas of things you don't want to do with your stimulus check. We see this mistake made in the public all the time. First thing not to do is not get into more debt. A lot of people feel like they owe it to themselves, or they have been certainly in a lockdown state and they want to come out and do something for themselves. Be careful with that, especially if you have to take on debt in that process. We see a lot of sales of luxury items actually go up. They're not going to discount retailers, they're actually going to luxury items. And so if you have to borrow money or you have to get into debt for that, not a great idea at all. The other thing we would recommend with a stimulus check is don't anticipate that this is going to continue forever. I can't imagine this is probably the third or fourth stimulus check, and so many people have now built a lifestyle around waiting for the next check to come and sort of bail them out for bad decisions. Not so sure if this is the last one or maybe there's more to come, but planning for that in the future is a real mistake. If you've been unemployed and you've received those benefits, starting the process of getting back into employment makes a lot of sense. Third thing that we would recommend not doing is improving your skill set or networking. If you haven't had a job and you haven't gotten back in, to look at the network, or maybe add another skill if you want to learn a vocation or a trade. Those would be ways that if you're not improving your skill set during the lockdown and you come out, you may actually be behind. And so using that productively would be a really great idea. Also thinking about, you could use a stimulus to start the business you always wanted to start with, say, $1,000 or $1,500 or $1,400. That may not work out, especially if you haven't invested enough capital into a business that could be sustainable for the long term. Just thinking that you could start on $1,500 sounds good in the movies, but many times it takes a lot more cash flow to be able to make that happen. So be careful about starting your dream business on that small amount of money. And the last thing we would recommend not doing with that is loaning it out to a family member or a loved one. If you want to be able to gift that to a loved one, great. But thinking about being able to loan it to them and get that paid back, that's really a bad idea and tends not to work out at all. If you've got questions about what to do with your stimulus check and make sure that it's not wasted and long lasting for the future, give us a call at Weinbrenner Financial Services, 270-699-9600, or check us out at weinbrennerfinancial.com.